All right, let's take a look at the weather a little bit this week. This is Thursday going into Friday, but first I want to talk about Wednesday, the Mars opposition to Chiron retrograde. Mars in Libra is about actively making decisions, and then Chiron retrograde is us actively healing those decisions. But we're retrograde means we're reflecting more than we're taking action. All right. So going into Thursday, where the kite starts to grow because Mercury moves into Libra where Mars is, so it creates opposition with Neptune at 0 Aries, so Mercury will be at 0 Libra. Now the trine between Pluto and Uranus is an air trine, and then those two trine over to Mercury and Libra, which creates a grand air trine. And then the opposition from Mercury going over to Neptune creates the kites. Now, kites are about growth, creative change, seeing things through, using harmony and motivation to create change. Okay, so you have Pluto Aquarius, which is about taking down people who are doing crimes against humanity, and Uranus and Gemini, which is about people learning how to become self-made or create a lifestyle that they actually want to use. And these two go hand in hand, because when you remove people in power who are creating crimes against humanity, it allows humanity to actually be able to thrive on their own terms. Now, the focal point is where the opposition is, which is the tail most of the time. And the tail in this kite would be Mercury in its opposition against Neptune. So Neptune 0 degree Aries, to me, I'm seeing it just as spiritual war. And then Mercury Libra is the messages of harmony, or the communication process is the communities that create harmony. So right now, with everything going on in the world, there is war raging against the collective Neptune, spiritual war. And then there are pockets of people, communities that are trying to create more harmony in the world. Regardless of their reasons, they're trying to create some form of harmony in the world. So this creates a space where there has to be balance. If you can use the spiritual war to formulate messages of harmony, especially on a micro level for your own lifestyle, you're going to attract that energy, because like attracts like. That's the law of attraction, right? But all of these working together, like removing crimes of humanity and uniformity, people starting to become self-made, and then using the spiritual war to either aid more war, or the easier route, which is the trine from the air of Pluto and Uranus to Mercury, which is to create more harmony. So because we're channeling from the opposition between Mercury and Neptune, this is where we can make the positive impact to create more harmony during the spiritual war. Now, spiritual war is necessary, and of course, in any war, there will be casualties, but without war, Aries, there will be no peace, Libra. So then we move into the exact trine, which will be Friday on the 19th, where the moon and Venus will conjunct at 29 degrees Leo, which is going to sextile over to Mars in Libra. So this is major star power quality right here. This is giving Cardi B is going to do very well, have a high success rate when it comes to her album drop. I know she has to have an astrologer or somebody on her team, because this was the perfect weekend for her to drop her latest album, because of all the energy of finality, new starts, creativity, harmony, power is all right here. So then after that conjunction, we move into Saturday, where the moon and Venus are going to start off with a square to Uranus, which is internal challenges that we face when we're trying to change our mentality, change the way we talk, change the way we speak, or change the spells that we have been putting on ourselves. And then we go into Sunday where we have the new moon eclipse. The lunar eclipse takes place at 8:14 p.m. Universal Time. Mars will be at 29 degrees Libra, which is giving final decision to start something new because Libra is an initiating sign, which means it's a cardinal energy. It's about creating something new, starting something new. And because it's the air element, this is starting new ideas, new thoughts. New relationships come from that because like attracts like. Okay, so when you have a new way of doing things, because all of this week is basically leading up to us to say, okay, I'm going to focus and be determined to get this done. And I'm only going to focus on getting this done. And that's my final decision. I'm not going to change up. I'm not going to deviate from the plan. I'm going to use everything I know and everything I got to get to where my goal or my dream or whatever is located on a physical level. But, this is energetic. Okay, what we're talking about here is energy. So on an energetic level, everyone is feeling this. Okay, we're all feeling this energetically to move in a harmonious way toward things that's going to bring us what we're actually looking for. And only your gifts, talents, and abilities are going to get you there, especially if you're actively working with your potential to create something. You have to be active, not passive. And Libra and Mars can sometimes be a little passive because they're still buying time to make a decision, but 29 degrees is the finale. Okay, you have to make a decision to do something by the new moon because it's a new moon, so it's going to be new energy, and it is an eclipse. It is in Virgo. All right, if you're looking to see how this new moon or where it's going to affect you, rather, on Sunday, take a look at my other video where I did a short and brief summary of all signs and the houses of where this new moon is going to affect you.